Welcome to the season finale of Monday Morning Express, and we've got a great show. We have special announcements, special guests, new projects.
Even a contest.
A very cool contest. They're going to want to hear about this
Absolutely.
one.
And hey, I believe, we're in front of the city in the window. You and Ron are going to go behind the scenes a little later in the show.
Yeah, a little something he whipped together. Hey, I thought it was Monday Morning Express. Well, we have released some exceptional items from the BrassTrains.com vault over the last 3 weeks, and they've been selling quickly. But after today, I think you're going to agree that we have saved the best for the last. These items, interestingly enough, have a twofold level of interest because they are original Howard Fogg paintings. Now, Howard Fogg is considered by most to be the preeminent and most collectible railroad painter of all time. Finding his originals is not easy. There's been many publications about some of the various paintings that he's produced. However, these particular paintings have a strong tie-in to brass model trains because they are the very paintings that were commissioned by and used for Pacific Fast Mail in the covers of their oh-so-famous catalogs. What we have here are 3 distinct paintings, and they'll be sold separately, but each one will include a framed copy of an original PFM catalog, a PFM model that was representative of the painting, and the original painting itself. They'll, of course, come with a certificate of authenticity, and we've had these since we handled the Pacific Fast Mail collection. They were sold to us by the family, and we've never offered them for sale before this time. They were shown at the Brass Expo, proudly displayed in my office for years, and then they worked their way over to the museum. I want to tell you a few things. First of all, these 2 paintings with the Erie and the Great Northern are, of course, exceptional paintings. The Great Northern being one of the most famous roads that Howard Fogg painted. And in the inside of the front cover of the PFM catalog, this would be the 12th edition, it brings out, it says, in what is perhaps one of his finest efforts, the Boulder, Colorado artist has captured in stunning color the beauty, the meaning, and the mystique of steam railroading in the United States. I believe that was one of Don Drew's personal favorite paintings. Of course, the Erie is a beautiful prototype model as well, and inside the front cover of the 13th edition of the PFM catalog, it's aptly described as another of his masterworks of American railroading. Howard Fogg depicts the Erie's giant S4 284 thundering her load across the rails of PFM's 13th edition catalog. And finally, this 9th edition of the PFM catalog features the narrow gauge model, which is very interesting because Howard Fogg rarely painted narrow gauge. That was not his favorite thing to do. There's kind of a sub-collecting going on within Howard Fogg paintings just of his narrow gauge pieces. One collector thought he knew of every narrow gauge painting that Howard Fogg did, but I don't know if he was aware of this one. Anyhow, on the inside of the front cover, not only is this a unique painting by Howard Fogg, but it's very interesting that he painted that directly from a PFM model. So you could say it had the strongest tie-in really to brass locomotives. It's literally a brass model painted by Howard Fogg, put into a real-life scene, making it extra special. Well, these will have more information, and we'll be posting them after today's episode on Monday Morning Express. So this will be it. We're going to close the BrassTrains.com vault. To see other items, you'll have to visit us or watch future episodes of MME. Thanks for joining us, and we hope you've enjoyed the opportunity to see and in some cases purchase some of these special items.
Hello, this is Jimmy Booth, and you're watching Monday Morning Express.
Looking good.
Well, we're joined in by Jimmy Booth of Glacier
Jimmy.
Park Models. Thanks for joining us for our Season 4 finale, Jimmy.
Well, good morning.
Yeah, morning out in Ukiah, huh?
That's right, early morning.
Out of bed, man.
That's why we have the show at 10:30, so you could wake up.
Yeah.
Monday morning alarm clock.
I'll be ready when you call.
All right. So, hey, Jimmy, we just wanted to take a couple minutes with you here on the season finale just to bring us up to speed on the PRT1. So how's everything going with the project?
It's going really well. Seho and his staff is working on the mechanism parts. We got the chassis assembled, and they got all the form tools ready to form the boiler shells. So the boiler shells will probably be formed by the end of this week. And we made all the corrections. It's like probably one of the first times that Seho's actually corrected everything on my list, which is great. So I was really pleased with that. And so we're hoping to have the models hopefully midsummer. We'll have some pre-production models in a few months. So we'll get those on the MME as soon as we can. But the project's coming along very well.
Okay. And then how about you're still open on all the reservations for all the versions?
Yeah, we're still open at this point on everything. We're down to a few left on a couple of versions, but you get your order in very soon. We should be able to cover you.
Okay. So we're looking forward
It's
to
gonna
that.
be a great project.
It'll be here before you know it, for sure.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's like I mentioned before, it was the second most requested model besides the Big Boy, and it's a very popular and famous locomotive. So those that are collectors, have to have one in their showcase.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and you're doing the soundtrack Tsunami 2 in these as well?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Okay, so all the bells and whistles will be on this boy.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
We
so-
showed some of those special features
Yeah, we
last
sure
time.
did. We
It's
sure
gonna
did.
be groundbreaking.
All right. So what else you guys got going out there in Ukiah with PBL and everything?
Well, we just received our 34-ton shays. Those out here on the West Coast, you might remember the Dixiana shay that runs at
That
the
was
Santa
cool.
Big Trees Railroad. That's one of the shays that we did. It's painted green. It's absolutely beautiful. And then we did 5 other versions of that type of shay. And so we're looking forward to getting those shipped out to our customers. We have a few left as of today. But once again, Boo Rim just does a stellar job on these models. And it's probably the best running logging engine I've ever seen.
Wow. Hey, with all this progress, you got to be, the fire's got to be burning for the next Glacier Park model project, right?
Yeah, we're working on a couple of projects right now.
So you got a strong idea where you're headed?
Well, I don't know.
I'm going to keep bugging you about
look
it.
at that.
I'm going to keep bugging them.
Sure.
We're working on the Southern Pacific Brill motor coaches. Called them doodle bugs.
Yeah.
Very nice.
We're in the middle of getting that research on that project, and already talked to Seho about it. We've got this really cool drive design to implement on it, and the doodle bug will have, for the first time in any scale, it'll have full interior with the prime mover and
Nice.
and all that stuff. So that's going to be a cool model, and it'll even, hopefully, we're going to try to have they had cooling fans on the outboard areas of the roof, and we're trying to see if we can have those operate.
Oh, that'd be great.
Wow, you heard it here on MME.
Yeah, I'm excited. Hey, can you put me down for one?
Yes. And the next Steam project I'm working on will be an SP project.
Yeah.
And but I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag.
Oh, too early, huh?
Well, we got one.
One out of two.
Ain't bad. This will give us a reason to get back with you.
A little cliffhanger for the end of the season.
There you
That's
go.
right.
There you go.
All right, Jimmy, thanks for joining us. Enjoy
we
your
appreciate
beautiful
it.
California Ukiah morning out there.
Yeah, and I have to apologize to Pat the cameraman. I promised him I'd get him a car with some graffiti on it, and Boyd yet. So as soon as I get it back from Boyd, I'll send it out to him.
Oh, okay.
Sounds
That's
good.
good. Yeah, well, at least we know it'll be well done.
Yeah, that's why I had him instead of myself.
All right, very
All right,
good.
thanks, Jimmy.
Hey, take care. Tell
All right,
everyone we
Talk
said
to you
hi.
again.
Konnichiwa, my name is Kenichi Matsumoto. You are watching Monday Morning Express.
Last week on the show, we said that on our season finale, we were going to have a special announcement about
That is
the Brass Expo in 2019. So let us know what it is.
Yes. Well, I'm glad to announce that we have signed a contract with the newly renovated Wyndham Lancaster Coast in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And there, for those of you not familiar with the area, not only is the Lancaster host there, which will be a newly renovated Wyndham property, a beautiful location, complete, of course, with the hotel rooms, the restaurants and such, but it's also a very touristy area, especially for the rail enthusiast, as the Pennsylvania Railroad Museum, the Toy Train Museum, and the Stroudsburg Railroad are just minutes away, just a few miles down the road from this location.
Sounds like you just filmed your first advertisement.
That's great. Hey, tell us a little bit about the Wyndham. You mentioned now it's not that it's just concrete, bare floor. It's carpeted, real nice ballroom.
That is correct. It'll be a ballroom environment similar to the great environment you all had there at the Chicago show. And so everything will be, of course, a very pleasant experience for the attendees as well as the vendors also. So yes, everything will be a carpet. It'll be easy in and out, free parking. We made sure to make it as cost effective, but also as good as possible there for everybody coming, so they can definitely spend their money on trains.
That's right. In luxurious setting with the carpeting to really befit what it is, the Brass Model Train Expo.
That is correct. And we've also negotiated a very nice room rate for those that want to stay there at the Wyndham. And there's also at least a dozen other hotels within a few miles of locations and dozens of restaurants. Again, a very touristy area. So you can bring the whole family and enjoy a lot of things.
Closest major airport is?
It's Harrisburg International.
Okay.
Yeah, Harrisburg International, about 25 miles or so. Yeah, about a half-hour ride. So it's not too bad. You can also come into Baltimore as well. It's about an hour and a half away if you want to fly into Baltimore.
Sure. And last week, you discussed with Roland kind of a theme, right, that you're going to have at that expo. Do you want to just recap that briefly?
Sure. The theme basically is going to be, we'll have something there for everybody, whether it's the newer collector or modeler or the high-end collector looking for that pristine piece, the creme de la creme, if you will, of their collection. But the main theme is going to be cost-effective, technically advanced brass. This will be models in that $300 to $500 range to purchase, or $400 to $600 if they're painted. And then with all the technical advancements made to them, like we have in the modern plastic and die-cast world, with the lights and the sound and the DCC, all in that $700 to $800 range. And there'll be several models there like that people can purchase from a variety of railroads, like Norfolk and Western, Pennsy, Santa Fe. So it'll be a nice group there that can be purchased. All work professionally done, ready to do pulling duties on your pike.
And you plan to have some of the gentlemen that do that type of work there, where maybe a modeler can meet them if they want to get a DCC install or a paint job or that type of thing?
Yes, I have talked to several of the people that offer these services about them coming and having a booth at the show. A couple have already said they will be coming, so that way the people that are there in attendance can meet the painters or meet the people that do these installations, ask the questions, bring models and drop them off. And then, of course, dealers like yourself there that are ready to either sell, trade, or even maybe purchase an item from an attendee. So
sounds exciting.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot of good things, as well as some seminars coming up, too, which we'll let you make announcements in future programs as we get closer to the dates.
Looking forward to it.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Now,
you notice only the guys that, oh, wait, you do have one.
There you go.
So the guy with the hair is going to put a cap on.
Props matter.
that's right.
It looks better on us, buddy.
There you go.
Make the 2100 great again.
Yeah,
What is this all about? Fire up 2100.
Yes, well, some people may or may not know, but Reading T1 number 2100, the very first Reading 484 that was constructed, still exists today, as well as 3 other ones. And some people know the Reading T1s from when 2101 pulled the American Freedom Train back in 1975 and 76. Well, 2100 was used as the parts locomotive for that train. And that probably would have been the end of the story of 2100, but Richard Kuhn, who owned Lionel Trains in the 1980s, purchased the locomotive, spent over $1 million of his own money, and fully restored it back in the late 80s. Unfortunately, they had nowhere to really run it. So it basically went into storage, bounced around to about half a dozen different owners, wound up in Canada, was converted to burn oil. That operation really didn't work out. It went out to the state of Washington to pull tourist trains, and that worked out for a few years. But then that operation closed up with using the Reading 2100, and it got put out onto a siding back in 2008. Well, in 2014, the American Steam Railroad Preservation Association, which I am a board member of, signed a long-term lease with the owner to acquire the locomotive on a lease basis. We were able to bring it back to Cleveland, Ohio, and we are leasing stall number 2 of the old Baltimore and Ohio Roundhouse, which is run by the Midwest Railway Preservation Society, another group that restores railroad equipment, including locomotives as well and steam. So there we have our volunteers plus paid contractors from time to time as we need them to come in. And we are completely restoring that locomotive, put it back into operation. We're still looking to raise about $255,000 to finish the project. And that would be with a beautiful new paint job and ready to do some brake and running. Right now we're finishing up the firebox, need to purchase a couple hundred more stay bolts. So we're looking at about $36,000 before we can hydro test the boiler. But we have a good locomotive in good shape. She's been sitting a long time, and we hope we can count on the public there to continue donating or getting some great hats from us, or buying a stable. We use stay bolts for sale, so if you want a piece of the locomotive, you can have that too. And out on our website, either AmericanSteamRailroad.org or FireUp2100.org to make a donation or purchase an item from our store.
Very nice. Yeah, some cool stuff.
So
we can donate, right?
Yeah,
we can donate.
Right?
And want to buy me another hat?
Yeah, this hat kind of makes me feel like a superhero, or at least a train conductor.
Yeah, and they're beautifully embroidered.
Nice hats.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah,
and it's for a good cause. You guys restoring this thing. It's an enormous task to undertake, but it's certainly nice to see these older locals get up and get running again.
It is, because to actually see one in operation, it's just an amazing feat. Of what engineering was done, the craftsmanship that was done back then. I love doing the open houses, especially with the youth and the children that come in, because they look at a 70-inch driving wheel and explain to them, somebody had to figure out how to balance this when they made the casting. Look at the size of the weights on the wheel. It's all cast in. Somebody had to figure all this out with a pencil or a piece of paper in their brain. There were no iPads or even a calculator back then. And they're just mesmerized by it. And especially the older people that come in, of course, they have fond memories. We actually have a gentleman that was in contact with us. He is actually the engineer of 2100. He's in his 90s. And we're hoping to get to Texas to interview him so he can tell us some of the stories on running that particular locomotive.
Yeah, we got to go see the big boy being restored up in Cheyenne.
Right.
It's just, and I know exactly what you're talking about, those stables. I mean, it's just a beautiful process to be able to see that history being able to be put back together. So nice job with doing that.
Thank you.
Nice.
And the nice thing is we accept volunteers of all types. My background's computer science. We have airline pilots, firefighters. We have all sorts of people that come and just twirl a wrench, and we teach them how to use the tools. I was taught how to use many of them, and to learn these skills that are really kind of being lost to the hands of time.
Dan's an overactor. Can he?
Yeah. I can twirl a wrench.
Yeah. Dan, you're conscious and upright. We would accept your application.
I got a wrench around here somewhere. I can throw a wrench in things at least.
Oh, very good. Good times out there. We're glad you guys are doing this project. So you mentioned FireUp2100.com or .org?
.org.
.org. Okay.
All right.
So you can go there to the website and donate even?
Yeah, you can just do a straight-up donation. One of our more popular programs is the $21 a month. And you can do it for 1 month or 3 months or a year, whatever you want to sign up for. And it doesn't even have to be $21. It could be $5 or $10 or $15. All this matters because since the locomotive is privately owned, we're not eligible for any grants. This is a total grassroots effort. So we definitely want to thank the general public and all of our wonderful volunteers and professional contractors for all they do in getting us as far as we are. We're about 2/3 the way through the project. Nice. So we're hoping to, hopefully, the funds come in by the end of next year, do some break-in and test running. Yep, that's the goal. But
all right.
255 is the number.
All right. Okay. Well, thanks, Forrest. We appreciate you coming to join us and appreciate the announcement on the expo and the great information on Fire Up 2100.
Well, thank you so much. Really appreciate it, Roland, Dan. You have a great operation here, and I really appreciate my relationship with you.
Ron, we got to see the city in the window lit up this morning on our intro. Tell us a little bit about what was involved with lighting this project.
Well, every single building has such an organic shape to the backside. Boxing it in to not have light leaks everywhere has got to be the biggest challenge in doing this. Now that we've assembled it, we can do light balancing. See, some windows are quite a bit brighter than the others. We want it to be somewhat even without being too consistent, because in a real city it wouldn't be.
Right. And I know you did a lot with like curtains and mini blinds and tried to mix that up, because again, that's what we would see.
Right.
But the trick is to not have your eye be drawn to any one thing, right? You want it just to kind of feel organic and real, and so you've done a great job of that.
Yeah, that's right. In fact, the mini blinds have to get a little bit smaller as they progress back, and then you don't even see that they are mini blinds anymore. We can't just keep drawing tinier and tinier details to attention. It has to progressively simplify as it goes back, just like any other photograph of a city where things get a little blurry and softer,
sure,
because of haze and the horizon, or not the horizon, the atmosphere.
Right.
That's
Now,
in
I
there.
think one little tidbit our viewers would probably be surprised to know is we didn't exactly spend a fortune in the lighting, right? What did you use for the lights?
Well, we're coming to the holiday season, so I just bought a lot of strings of holiday lights, and they are LEDs, so they have
Right.
absolutely no heat to them at all.
That's the main thing.
Some of the buildings are quite large, so they might take 2 and even 3 strings. Others are, they might be so small, but you got to cram the string in there, so I just block them off with little bits of duct tape and stuff, so it's not too hot,
Yeah.
brightness-wise.
Right.
So again, it's back to finding that balance.
So that's a pretty cool trick. Now, do you ever get tired of climbing over this and through the window? No, we don't have a glass in here yet. Although it'd be a good opportunity for a mime, right?
Yeah, we could do that. The only glass in the box. We did make them where I could reach in.
So you got longer legs than me? Is that how you get in?
Yeah,
and out?
just jump right over. Yeah, just got to watch the top. No, actually, what I did is I made this center part removable. It's seamless. It hides behind these seams right here. I just took advantage of the architecture.
Right.
And what we'll end up doing is lifting this to reach in, loosen the wing nut, take out the inner panel, and lower it to the floor. And then this panel pulls out, and then this one pulls out as well.
And so this ledge looks like it's heavy stone, but it's not so thick.
In actuality, it's just like that.
Right.
It's just set building is really all
of
it
course,
is.
the bricks over there.
Yeah.
Pat will zoom in on that, but they look like they are full width bricks, but really it's just an illusion as well.
It's just scenery. It's just
so those are some of the tricks of the trade you picked up from set building through the years.
That's right.
Well, it's great to see it come this far along. We'll probably continue to add things, and so we'll peek back in on it later, but good work so far.
It's a lot of fun.
Our audience has enjoyed it.
Hi, I'm Tom Driggers from Tom's Custom Trains.
And I'm George Salios from Fine Scale Miniatures, and you are watching Monday Morning Express.
Well, I think as we promised from the beginning, it's been a great episode.
Yeah.
Some special announcements already.
Yeah, it's really cool. Looking
At least
forward
one
to
more
those.
to come, but actually several more to come. One of them we'll be talking about shortly.
Sure.
But it is approaching my favorite time of the year.
Yeah, I bet.
Which is our
year-end sale, right? So that's going to start coming up in November, day after Thanksgiving. So November 23rd.
Right.
We'll go ahead and start our year-end sale that'll go on throughout the end of the year. And of course, we mentioned a special announcement coming up in regards to that.
Yes, because, well, many of our viewers are familiar with the sale. This time, for the first time ever, we're offering a 6-month layaway, no interest charge as usual, for any purchases made during that time.
Right. Doesn't even need to be the items that are discounted during the sale.
It doesn't have to be a sale item. It's just going to be for the entire site, to help them out if they want to purchase a little more.
Sure.
Feel free to take advantage of that 6-month layaway. And of course, they can pay that off early and get that item early if they would like.
Yeah.
Now, the other special, we have a lot. We're just
I know. It's
loaded with goodies today. But what is on the table? Tell me, because it looks exciting.
Yeah. So, we've had customers calling us about Reeboks.
And we've called.
And we've called Reeboks. And so we know you've had a challenge in trying to find these boxes. And we don't want items to go unprotected. So what we've decided to do, Dan, is just come up with our own box.
Correct.
And a lot of thought process has gone into these, into developing these, not just with our logo on the box, but also in the box itself. Even the foam inserts that go inside that allows you to cut out, they're really going to be in these 5 sizes. You're going to be able to pretty much store anything.
Right, that was the goal.
Yeah.
Because one of the things, Reeboks has done a great service for our hobby through the years. So
our hats off to them. Absolutely.
Yeah, and we're not trying to just ride on that or anything.
Right.
But one of the things that's always frustrated me is there was so much choice. It was hard to stock and sell because they had all these different boxes, all these different colors.
Sure.
So tell us a little bit about what the plan is here and why we see 5 boxes.
Yeah, so you got 5 boxes, but width-wise. Think about it perhaps as you stack these items on a shelf. So we've got a 5-inch width, and then we've got a 9-inch width. So those 2 sizes stacked up on a shelf are going to go there pretty good. What the difference is in the length of the boxes. So we do have 2 of them that are at 11 inches, and in our 5-inch we've got 11-inch, and we've also got a 16-inch. So a little bit longer than the Reeboks regular passenger one, but there's reasons behind that. Is because you can put electrics in there, you can put diesels in there. Now you're really going to be able to fit. It's just a matter of how you pull out the little inserts in the foam pieces.
And those and again, we know Reeboks had some adjustable foam pullouts too, but ours, you'll see different size foam pullouts to quickly get to the shape you need, and a huge amount of variety within that, correct?
Yeah. And with all of them, we've centered the main pullout.
Right.
Reebok's had it shifted sometimes to the
Correct.
left. We decided to keep that in the middle to protect the model even a bit more. Now, on our 9-inch wide boxes, we've got them in 3 different sizes, 11, 14, and 18. So these are primarily for our steam models, and it should be able to accommodate just about everything, even the extra little parts, especially in our bigger box here. All of that's going to be included in there. One of the other things we had thought about in the design of these boxes is the location of the label. So all of them are going to be located in exactly the same spot on the front of the box.
And there will be hash marks
there. Yes. So it enables you to line up the label exactly the same every single time.
Perfectly.
Yeah.
Because I mean, most collectors and our viewers, we're pretty detail-oriented guys. That's why we love this stuff.
Right.
And so just having that just so on the shelf is going to be very rewarding.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of labels, that's another area where we really wanted to kind of be a little innovative with these boxes. So tell us some of the thoughts that we're going to put into that.
Sure. So you'll notice all the boxes are black. Okay. For us, that's the best way to do it. We know that with Reebok, you had your different colors that you could choose. Depending on what you wanted or depending on what they had available.
Right.
This is a little different. We decided what we wanted to do is to incorporate, let's say if you wanted all of your OMIs in one location, that's fine. What we're going to do with the label, whenever we go to make the label, allow you to be able to choose the color coordination if you like. If you wanted overland, great. Select the green. You don't have to have it,
it's an option.
but it might be good visually to be able to see these on the shelf. Coachard or something like that, or even PSCs, the goldish color that they had. Glacier Park, they have a teal. So we have selected colors here that you can choose from when you go to order the label. Now there's something a little bit different about our label. We want you to be able to even order it right from our website. So you can go ahead and go select exactly what you want filled in on the label.
So instead of just writing, like
Absolutely.
my writing, not good.
I know.
Yes. And there's a lot of customers that have my writing on the Reeboks and feel bad. So we're going to solve that problem.
So it'll be nice and typed in. We'll be able to have the label printed for you when you order the box.
Right.
We know what's going to be on there, the color that you want on there. So also we're going to include the BG number, the brass guide number. Which helps in referencing a particular model. So we're trying to think of all the conveniences in these 5 size of boxes. We know we may not have thought of everything, of course, of our customers. If you want to email us, let us know. Anything else, we might be able to incorporate it at this late date. And by the way, this is for HO scale.
Correct.
Okay.
Because at this point, that's what it focused. So basically, they could think passenger car, diesel,
electric,
rolling stock, small diesel, steam, 3 different sizes. Or it would also, the way you have the cutouts, it would work for a dual diesel set as well. Like if you had a division point with 2 F units or something.
Yeah. So you see the wide range that we're trying to cover.
But the beauty with only 5 boxes, it makes ordering simple. There's a reorder number on the back of every box.
Sure,
our logo is on there.
Yeah.
So it'll be instantly recognizable as a brass train. One color, so it'll look great on the shelf. Options in the labels. Looks pretty good.
So hopefully we got it
in.
Yeah.
So we're in the process.
We're in the process of getting them made right now. So as soon as we have any of that available, we'll have them posted on our website for our customers to be able to go ahead and order.
A long-term stock.
Absolutely.
So we hope to kind of solve that void that's been out there because even though Reebok has had a nice product, it's just not available. And it's not easy to order. So we're very excited to bring this to
a nice little treat.
Our viewers. Now, speaking of that logo, well, before we get to that, I think we have a few other announcements, right? There's
regarding
a new
our
feature
website.
coming out on our website.
Yeah, we listen to the feedback we get from our customers, right? And that's what helps drive us, which is a good thing, really, and we thank you for that. One of the features that you're going to see becoming available is a watch list. Now, we know we have the alert list, we have my collection, so we're not trying to make it confusing. So your alert list, which we currently have, is if you want to go through our brass guide and let's say I want this model in the future, but we don't have it. So you could put it on your alert list. If you put it on your alert list, you sign up for the notifications, you can receive an email notification, SMS text message notification when we go to list that particular item. A watch list is a little bit different. And you'll see that, and we're going to show that, the two different indicators, two icons really, that we have on the screen to try to make those a little bit different for you. A watch list is much like it works on eBay.
Right.
You can go to any item that is currently listed on our site, available for sale, and watch the item. It goes into your own watch list.
Right.
Once the item is perhaps goes on sale thereafter,
They would be notified.
discounted, they're notified. Again,
If
you have
it's
to set
sold,
up
they
you
would
set
be
up the
notified.
notification. Yes.
And yeah, whatever they want. So it's kind of like, boy, maybe I want this,
yeah.
but I'm not sure.
Right.
They can keep watching.
Keep watching it, right?
Or
and
maybe
if it
they
drops
have
in
one,
price,
they're curious how long it takes to sell. It's just a nice feature
Yeah.
to be notified without having to go back through the site, because we know we list a lot of items.
A lot of items,
We list so
yeah.
many items we're about to list.
absolutely about to list our 100,000th item.
That's a lot of brass trains.
That's a lot of trains. That's a lot
That's
of
pretty
trains.
cool.
Yeah, so that's
pretty
another cool feature.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, we just wanted also a little reminder. We'd already announced this, but we're going to have some how-to videos
Yes, yes.
being posted on YouTube during the break.
Yeah.
So be sure to look out for that. There will be added material with some of those, and more importantly, as we already talked about, it'll all be in one segment.
All in one spot.
So it'll make it very easy if they want to actually try to reproduce that or learn how
Yeah.
to do specific things.
Makes
to be
it
able
easier
find
to
it.
access if it's all in
Yes.
one location.
Yes. And now I had briefly talked about a logo, so we just wanted to spend a couple
Yeah.
minutes talking about what's in a logo. We know a lot of companies put a lot into a logo. Some people don't even realize it. But we've done that through the years. We have our brass guide.
Yeah.
I don't know if the average customer realizes, and maybe we'll have a little animation or something, but
Yeah.
there is a B and a G in that brass guide
correct.
logo. Now, if you look at it right, you'll see them both.
It was designed that way on purpose. Right?
So with one little letter, it actually says brass guide.
Yes, it does.
The
Yes, it
Monday
does.
Morning Express logo. I don't know
Yeah.
if anybody's noticed this. Probably some of
Ah.
our astute viewers have. But not
I
only
hope so.
not only is there a logo there, but what does that tell
Yeah,
us?
you see the little shading there of
What
gray.
does that mean?
The show starts at 10:30 Eastern Standard
I thought
Time.
It was just because it lined up with the M.
Yeah, no, it's designed with that in mind.
Yeah, so
that's the reason behind
Kind
the
of a neat
logo.
little thing,
Yeah.
right? Our new logo here, you know, a lot. Obviously, you can see a brass train. That's
Yeah.
obvious. But we had to think about not just the logo in its entirety, but like on the side of this box, it shows just our brasstrains.com.
Right, right.
We see some wings there under the com. The emphasis is on the brass and the
And the train.
trains, but we know we are an internet business. Kind of have a little bit of that wings going on like you'd see
Yeah.
on the Missouri Pacific.
Right.
It's a logo we had many to choose from, and we had a lot of refinements made. But this way, we felt it was scalable and instantly recognizable either with or without the brass train too.
Yeah, because it's all about branding.
Yes.
You know, and that's what when we went into this design, that's what we wanted to keep at the forefront. It's all about branding,
Right.
recognizable, and that's what we feel we've accomplished with this logo
Yeah.
too.
And so everything has to go on stationery, a business card, a sign on the front of the building, the internet. So anyways, we don't want to get too far into it, but we thought it'd be kind of fun to share a few of those
Yeah.
little tidbits with our viewer, that there's a lot that goes into a logo.
Sure.
And so hopefully they're going to enjoy getting some brasstrains.com boxes.
Right.
Yes,
Yep.
for your items. Well, the show is not over. We are about to be joined by a special guest. So let's see if we can get him on the line with us. Well, with all the promises of special guests,
One of our favorite.
it wouldn't be the same without Boyd Reyes.
Welcome to the show, Boyd Reyes.
What's up, guys?
I think our next mug is just going to have your face on it, Boyd, like a giant, like with like 3D glasses and everything on there, like
the Boyd mug.
yeah, the Boyd mug.
You got the Boyd tag, the Boyd
That's
mug.
right. Yeah, it'd have to have a Boyd tag on the bottom to really be complete.
Oh, there you go.
Man,
How you doing, Boyd?
doing good. It's
good.
good morning over here. Man, it's been a good season.
Yeah.
With what's been going on.
Thanks for all your help with that. And hey,
Yeah.
not only are you a special guest, but you're also a special announcement, because we have a contest going for our sale, which we had
Yes.
talked about earlier. That's going to
Yeah.
be very special, that you've kind of been willing to help motivate people. So tell us what it is.
Well, since looking at all the undecorated cars on your site, I'm going, wow, it would be really neat to have a contest with all the undecorated cars. As people buy them, now they're eligible to enter a contest where I would paint somebody's car for them.
Wow.
So as part of the
Can we enter?
Sure.
Does it count? Yeah.
No, we won't enter because that would throw it off.
Employees at BrassTrains.com are not eligible to enter this contest. Now that's out of the way. But what's some of the other fine print?
Yeah, well, for painting, if somebody wants like a private car or just a car to match their fleet, I'll be happy to try to get to match it as close as possible. But
there's got to be decals out there, right?
Yeah, there's got to be microscale decals. Yeah, the age of the decals really matters. So I had to draw the line with Champ decals because they've aged out.
Yeah, too old.
So, the decals must be available, or if they're willing, I don't know, to go through the process of ordering decals themselves.
They'll do it. Yeah, that would be on them.
Yeah, but. I'll do everything, paint the outside of the car, put all the full interior, even put the Boyd tag again. Yeah.
So let's clarify. This has to be a passenger car, first of all. So not any undecorated HO scale. So just certain parameters in there we want to make sure to follow with this, right?
And they get the Boyd tag.
Yes.
Yeah, no motor cars or anything like trolleys. Right. Yeah, something with a mechanism because, who knows how the mechanism. I just don't want to be responsible.
Yeah, we get it. It's still offer.
Car.
Okay.
Right, so every Brass unpainted HO scale passenger car they buy is one entry.
Yeah.
And then we'll announce
And this is the time frame of
the
we were talking about
duration of the sale.
For the duration of our year-end sale.
Right.
So which would start the day after Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Okay.
I really like that sale. That's where I picked up a few pieces for myself. Finally, I get to work on them. Every December, I take the time off to work on my stuff. So last year's stuff, I bought several pieces from you guys last year, and this December, I get time for myself.
Nice.
So what are you going to do if you bought something and you enter and you win?
Oh, man.
Boyd Reyes thinks his relatives are not eligible to win this contest.
You can't win it, Boyd. But you can go ahead and buy.
Yeah. Well, Roland, what if I want? Would you paint it for me?
Absolutely.
Okay,
we'll make that a deal.
Right after he finishes the Frisco.
I'll paint yours.
All right, sounds good. That sounds good. Hey, that's a nice contest.
Yeah, it'll be awesome. Thanks, Boyd.
Yeah.
It's another way to.
What you guys have done for me and for the whole brass thing, I got to pay it back to you guys.
Thank you.
You guys have done a really good job, and I'm really happy what's going on and stuff. So I got to do my share.
Yeah.
And the winner's going to be really happy.
Very happy.
Yeah. Hey, so you talked about all we've done for you.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of brings to my mind when you were out here and. We gave you a lot of great jobs.
Did we?
Yeah, we let him just be such an integral part of the company. He was doing so much for us. I think there's some clips of it rolling now, some of those jobs we were kind and gracious enough to let you do, to feel really a part of things. And then he kind of got us back, didn't he?
Just a little bit.
I love the mopping.
So you remember when we came out, what you put us through?
Mm.
Oh, yes. That was...
Should we let our audience see it?
Let's roll it.
Shot. Let me get them... Yeah, let's see how payback is.
Okay.
All right, let's take a look at it. Well, hey, Boyd, on behalf of Dan and I, we just wanted to say thanks again for having us out here to your home and taking up so much of your time. We really do appreciate you having us.
You guys are welcome to come back
down
here anytime.
But hey, Boyd, when you were at the shop, you were, gracious enough to help us with a few things. I know Roland's kind of giving you a hard time, and I know it's good-natured, but is there anything we can do to just help out a little bit?
Anything?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I have a few things.
Just a couple things.
Just a couple things,
We got a couple minutes.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's help you out,
let's
man.
go.
Here we go.
Let us know. Hey, Boyd, it's beautiful out here. Thanks. So what do we got to do?
Well, since I showed you guys how to trim skirts,
Yeah, those are nice.
hit my trees. Right there. Just start coming through.
What?
Make sure I don't
this?
get anything on the ground. Dan, right here.
Is this really how you guys trim out here in California?
To perfection.
Are you kidding me?
I get it off. You catch, he cuts,
You don't
catch.
Is that good?
Can we work a little bit faster here? This is production.
I'm not Edward Scissorhands,
All right. Look, now you got that one task. How you doing it? Wow. How can you do with breaking concrete? got some concrete out front. Needs a
Sucker.
Oh, what do you
Whatever.
say, sucker? Come on. I gotta paint. You made me paint your parking lot. I can put you to work.
Oh,
Painting.
no.
It's like, I got a whole backyard to paint.
Gosh, I hate this! Oh!
Everything painted in here.
Come on. Faster.
All of this stuff?
What's taking forever for my wine? Where's my wine at?
Come on.
Here you go, boy. Yeah, I just...
Wait, a special blend?
It's just really hot after doing all that sledgehammer.
Here, let me have some of the special
quit
blend
complaining.
Hey, dude, watch where you're spraying.
Hey, knock it off. I gotta do this job myself. Taking all day cleaning his cars. Man, why couldn't you have a smaller car?
Be sure to get underneath here last time.
Here?
Yeah, get it really good. Around.
You should have thought of this sooner, Roland.
Yeah, look at these guys.
Still helping out, boy.
Yeah, we're doing it right.
Smile, Nathan. You're on camera.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's good to be. It's good to be the king, huh?
Oh, man.
I'm so embarrassed.
Oh,
You know what I'm
man.
embarrassed about? Why?
Have way too much fun.
Why did we not think to put Nate and Pat to work quicker? Like, why were we even doing that stuff? I don't
Very
know.
true. Why was I washing the car while he was goofing
I
off?
did the sledgehammer.
You know? Thanks for putting us to work, Boyd. We appreciate it.
It was great. I think I still have a muscle pulled in my shoulder from that, but it's okay.
All those medical bills.
Yeah, but hey, it was nice. You know, we in good fun, we had you here, and you were willing to do that
That's
so
right.
nicely. We figured we could do it for you too.
Turnabout's fair play, as they say.
Well, hey, that's great.
Well, thanks for everything, Boyd. It's been a great season. You've been a huge part of it. We'll look forward to seeing you out here before you know it. And so to close us out, we're just going to head out to a couple bloopers and some of the best of this season. So thanks again. Say hi to Rachel and everybody out there, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks a lot, guys. And I really appreciate it.
Monday Morning Express starts today. I got to get to the studio. I'll catch you later.
What are you doing here?
It's not Monday Morning Express without fresh coffee. Hey, guess what, guys? Monday Morning Express starts today. I'm so excited. I forgot it was the new season of Monday Morning Express.
Monday Morning
And
Express.
Chuck's dead.
Hi, Dan.
Not knowing how to operate this stupid camera, you know, I was really pissed off at myself, you know. Cut that.
Four.
Boyd, I've been put into some unique positions. Last season, I had to talk about Hal in his shorts. Now I got to talk with Boyd in his skirts.
And how to remove them.
How to remove the skirt from a model.
Well, I better be careful in saying that.
Yeah.
Boyd and Boyd.
Unbelievable.
He's just beside himself.
See, man, I told you were going to have a great time out here in California with us.
So Gideon, this is a police car. What is a train? What sound does a train make?
Choo-choo.
Oh.
You like trains?
Yeah.
Hey, can you say you're watching Monday Morning Express?
Yeah.
Say you're watching
Watching.
Monday Morning Express.
Uh-huh.
Say Monday Morning Express.
Monday Morning Express.
All right, good job.
High five.